Traditional leadership of Abuloma Kingdom and recognized stakeholders warn against disruption of investments on reclaimed waterfront land. The traditional leadership of Abuloma Kingdom in Port Harcourt City local government area and recognized stakeholders of a vast expanse of reclaimed waterfront land have issued a strong warning against attempts to disrupt the operations of an indigenous investor in the area, Abuloma Properties and Services Limited, by individuals and groups falsely claiming to be stakeholders of the company and host community. Addressing a joint press conference at the King's Palace, the monarch of Abuloma Kingdom, His Royal Majesty, Brigadier General King Dr. Bright Ateke Fiboinumama retired alongside representatives of the recognized stakeholder families and the Peace Committee, debunked false claims and misinformation surrounding the status of the property. They condemned recent actions in the area by those laying false claim as stakeholders of the reclaimed waterfront land. The recognized stakeholder families comprising Ibanichuka War Kenu House, Atubokiki family, Pina War Kenu House, Derikoma War Kenu House, Olunta family, and Okoma family at the press conference rejected all forms of unlawful interference with the ongoing investments in the area. Reading the communique, the head chief of Pina Group of Houses, Chief Dr. Abomaye Harrison Enia Torodabo, stated that the recognized stakeholders formally granted Abuloma Properties and Services Limited the authority to recover and develop the hitherto swampy and underutilized waterfront area pursuant to a duly executed Memorandum of Agreement in 2023 between them. They urged the general public to disregard contrary claims by persons who are not parties to the agreement. They also warned that any person or group falsely presenting themselves as stakeholders, unlawfully disrupting the legitimate operations of the investor, threatening its personnel, or interfering with the company's lawful investments, should be reported to the appropriate authorities and dealt with strictly in accordance with the law.
I categorically state that these claims do not represent position of the recognized stakeholders who entered into 2023 agreement. Abuloma Properties and Services Limited is an investor invited by us, the recognized stakeholders, to dredge and reclaim the underlisted waterfront land pursuant to a duly executed Memorandum of Agreement, MOA, in 2023 between the company and the respective families and communities. We know Abuloma Properties and Services Limited as investors. We are the recognized stakeholders who granted the company the authority to undertake the dredging soil reclamation project. Any person or group falsely representing themselves as stakeholders unlawfully obstructing the legitimate operation of Abuloma Properties and Services Limited, threatening the personnel or equipment, or interfering with the company's lawful investment, should be reported to the appropriate authorities and dealt with strictly in accordance with the law.
The traditional leadership of Abuloma and the recognized stakeholders also reaffirmed that Abuloma Properties and Services Limited is a legitimate investor carrying out lawful business in the area and acting in the best interest of the kingdom. They commended the company for transforming the previously swampy and underutilized waterfront, thereby creating opportunities for infrastructural development, employment, housing, commerce, and economic growth in the area.
Aladevo Properties and Services Limited is a legitimate investor carrying on lawful business. We have given him, all of us here, from Abuloma across to Ebanichuka to Atubokuki family in Osuboko, who have given the place to be invest. So Aladevo is the investor we know, no other person. It did not go through the back doors. We, the recognized stakeholders, stand by the 2003 agreement and reaffirm that we invited Aladevo Properties and Services Limited to undertake the project. We therefore call on all genuine stakeholders, government authorities, traditional institutions, security agencies, and the general public to reject false presentations, misinformation, and unlawful interference with the legitimate investment.
Also speaking, the King of Abuloma, Brigadier General King Dr. Bright Ateke Fibonumama, retired, warned individuals who constitute themselves as threats to the ongoing investments in the area to desist forthwith. His Majesty noted that such actions not only tarnish the image of Abuloma Kingdom, but also undermines the progress and development of the area.
Where were you when the matter was in the court? Where were you when I struggled to bring the matter out of court? Where were you when I summoned all the true owners of that place and we held several meetings here? Where were you when investors came and established interest and I said to the committee, go and screen them and get us the best? Where were you? We have signed papers with the man, and because somebody must be mischievous, now you are coming, find a way. You're talking about who is a stakeholder? Who are the people claiming stakeholders? Does CDC become a stakeholder in a place where there is leadership? Who are they? We want to see them. We want to see them. So I put up simple questions to them. Where were you since 4 or 5 years now? We've been struggling. The matter was in the court for over 10 years. Where were you? I came and I put everybody together. It's okay. Let us stop this crisis. Everybody come together. We sat there, agreed. The real owners identified historically the real owners of the place. Now, because the investment is almost completed, you want to come and put a spanner into people's arrangement to spoil it? We won't allow that. We won't allow that. Where were they? We have Abuloma, at Mokiki house in Usuboko. We have Banituka. These people represent communities and interests. So who are the faceless people claiming that they are stakeholders there now? Let us see them. As far as I'm concerned, they are faceless human beings who want to come and spoil the good work that we are doing. Who want to come and tarnish the image of Abuloma people, because we have been able to bring all the communities around to make peace. Is the peace not enough?
The Amanabo of Abuloma further advised those with genuine grievances to embrace peace and dialogue rather than disrupt the lawful operations of the investor, saying his doors are open to address their complaints. He stressed that disrupting the operations of Aladevo Properties and Services Limited is inimical to the peace and progress of the area.
My message to them is that as far as we are concerned, the work is going on. They should not hide under any cover and ferment trouble. If they know that they are stakeholders and they have issues, they should appear before me. At least I still remain the king of Abuloma till today. They should appear before me and come and make their presentation. Then I will listen to them. But without that, they go to the press. Land is owned by people. My warning is they should stop disturbing the investor. They talked about flood. The man said, open the way. You locked me out. I have acquired this compound. You locked me out. My tools are in the compound. I cannot have access to go and get my tools so that I come and find a way to help you. Will you request somebody to help when you have driven him illegally? When you have illegally driven him out of his compound, how will he help you? So I'm just advising them in the form of 1 and 2 that what they are doing is very, very illegal. They should desist from what they are doing. They should respect authority. I have made it very clear. CDC does not own land. CDC belongs to a community. Land is owned by community, and in every community there is authority. CDC does not delve into land issues. Land issues are customary matters. There are people that have the authority, the custom and traditions of the people. Let them come. We'll put our heads together and see how we can help them in the issue of the flood. That's what I know. But they want to hide under the flood issue there to come and claim that they are stakeholders. They are not stakeholders. Stakeholders as what? Do they understand our land tenure system here? Me being a CDC chairman or CDC member does not make it to own land. You own land if you belong to a family, to a house, or you go and buy the land.
The traditional leadership of Abuloma and the recognized stakeholders concluded with a call on government agencies, security operatives, and the general public to support the ongoing investments in the area by Allah Divibo Properties and Services Limited and disregard any false claims or misrepresentations aimed at undermining the development of the area.